Hi guys, it's Bunny and today we are going to be doing my everyday makeup. I'm pretty excited because I love doing my makeup and I've not done a makeup video in so long, and I do pretty much the same makeup every day now, so I wanted to show you guys how I do it since I feel like I've got it down pretty well. So I have like already prepped my face. I don't use primer or anything, I just wash my face, that's it. But then I use this foundation by Be Perfect. It's the Chroma Cover matte one, and I'm not gonna lie, this doesn't even pump anymore. Like, I have used it all up, but I can just about scrape some off the side that I just try and put on my face, and I just have to hope there's enough every time I do it. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of just have to hope it's enough every time, and then I blend it in with my MF2 Made by Mitchell brush, which I use for a lot, so honestly I need to replace this, but I'll just wash it. I'll just wash it for the first time. I don't wash my brushes, it's actually kind of gross. I literally just do this. It takes me like a couple minutes to blend my foundation, if that. Like, it's so quick with this one. I find some foundations take so long to blend. A lot of the ones I used to use would take me like 10 minutes plus just to blend my foundation in, but this is really quick and easy. So that is what it looks like with just that. I know under my eyes are blank, but that's because I just go over it with concealer because I've not got enough foundation to actually try and put it under my eyes. And I actually use the matching concealer also by Be Perfect, and I just put it under my eyes. It's quite simple. I feel like everyone does their concealer pretty much the same way now, where they just do like a little bit here and then a little bit there, and then just the same on both. Sometimes if I don't have enough foundation, I do put a little bit on my chin. I've not really got enough to cover it at the moment. And my concealer I like to just tap in. I don't normally like to blend it in any other way because I feel like this gives the most coverage still. But then for like the top of my eyes, I just swipe because it doesn't really matter too much. And like, it doesn't take much longer, but under my eyes and like anywhere else on my face, I do just like to tap it in. I feel like it just looks nicer. So next, I do have a couple different things that I use for blush. So sometimes I like to use this one by Revolution, the Jelly Blush in Strawberry, or I will use my like blush palette, which has my contour shade in as well. I think I'm gonna go in with this one. And with this one, what I do is I get like a brush like this and I just go like in it, and then I just put it on my cheeks because I feel like it works really nicely. I find that with this product, if you put it just straight onto your skin, it does tend to just look a little wrong. Now I also use this for my powder, so I feel like it also just powders down the blush nicely instead of leaving it like sticky or anything like some cream products do. Although this isn't a cream, it is a jelly, but I think it looks so pretty. I genuinely think it's like one of the prettiest blushes I've ever owned. I like to put like a little bit onto my nose. It's not really noticeable because I do wear glasses, but I just think it's like that little bit more colour into my face since it is a very matte full coverage foundation. It just makes it look a little bit nicer. And then I'll go in with the exact same brush with my Technique translucent powder. I actually really like this powder. I find that powders don't really matter too much to me though. Like, if it's a powder, I'll use it. I want to be matte. But I do like this one. It is a nice one. And I feel like it does actually mattify really well. I have had some powders which you gotta really put a bunch on, whereas this one just powder pretty quickly. I also prefer when I do my eyeshadow, my base to still be matte, so I will put powder on top of my eyelids because I feel like it just blends out the like eyeshadow better. I don't know why, that's just how I feel. Otherwise it gets stuck and I don't like it. Here's where honestly you should have more brushes than I do. I only have one eyeshadow brush, which is the ME3 from Made by Mitchell. I do need to get more, I just keep procrastinating it. And then I use this eyeshadow palette from Beauty Bay, the Techno Days one. It is my favourite palette at the moment. I'm trying to project pan it, not like extensively, but it's just the one that I'm trying to use as much as possible. I'm doing pretty well. I mean, I hit pan on the pink and yellow ages ago, but I like green eyeshadow at the moment, so I go in with the lighter green and I just tap it all in. And so my brush is normally like a little bit wet because I do wipe it before every use. I don't know why I don't wipe it after, but I just prefer wiping it before so like I know it's clean. And with this, I literally put it all over my eyelid, and then I just leave like the first like kind of half of my eyelid blank because I put some shimmer on top of that. It doesn't really matter either way. It just depends what shimmer you're using. I use the shimmer that's in the palette and it's got enough pigment, but if you want to use like more of a topper, definitely just put it all over. I do find that some of the shades in this palette, especially this purple one here, they do have a lot of fallout, so I guess that's kind of why I'm able to hit pan already because I've never really hit pan on eyeshadows before. I have recently used up all of my powder and it broke my heart because it's my favourite one. It is this one by Can Make. It's got like a little bit around the edges, but I literally cannot get to it with my brush, so I'll sometimes do it for just under my eye if I use like a powder puff, but I don't always do that. But I just think the container's so cute, so I want to think of what I can reuse it with. And I bring the eyeshadow under my eye as well because, like a very wise person once said, you don't look weird with eyeshadow under your eye. You're just not used to it. Although I go one step further, I genuinely think eyeshadow looks weird if you don't have it under your eye and it's like a colour. If it's like matte, I can kind of get behind it, but I just prefer it being underneath. I think it looks so much more put together and neat. And then once I've done that, I like to go with the darker green in this one as well, and I like to just put it on the outside and kind of bring it in, so like this, and then on the top. But I like to try and limit it just to the crease instead of blending it like upwards, because I just think it brings like that little bit more definition into it, but it still looks nice and pretty. And that one I bring onto the like corner of the bottom of the eye, but I don't bring it all the way. I don't know if you can see how much powder comes off when I do that, but I'm going to go back in with the pastel shade and go a little bit over. I don't always do this, but I just want to lighten it up just that little bit more from where it got a little bit darker than I normally go. And I will say the benefit of not having any eyebrows is that I can choose how high or how low I want this to go, and it still looks natural. I feel like when you've actually got your eyebrows there, you kind of have to have it at a certain point or the eyeshadow looks a little weird. But right now I could have it lower than this or I could have it higher than this and it would still like make sense. But then after that I go with my finger on the shimmer shade. I find this just works better than any brush, and I just put it on that section that I didn't put any eyeshadow on. You can definitely put eyeshadow on, and I do go over the eyeshadow with it. It's just there's not really much point when it doesn't need it. You can see on my finger just how pigmented this product is already. Like, it's so pretty. And I like to just kind of leave it like that, and then I'll wipe my finger off on the same makeup wipe that I'm wiping everything on, because I don't want my finger to be green. The next product I normally use is the NYX Epic Ink eyeliner, but as you can see it's kind of gone a bit not so good anymore. I need to chuck this in the bin, so I use a different one now. But I don't know what my eyeliner is, so I'm just going to go with mascara, and I don't know what my favourite one is, so I'm going to go in with one that I don't love, but it's better than nothing. My favourite one is a W7 one. It's in like the, what's the colour called? Like goldy bronzy colour. But I'm going to go with the MUA Loaded Lash XL because I've got it in my bag anyway. I have got to say, now I've let this mascara sit for a while without using it, I do like it a lot more. It's not my favourite, but honestly it does make my lashes look really pretty and I actually enjoy that. The only thing I will say about the mascara is it is difficult to get to the lashes on the very inner corner. So if you guys can see that, there is no mascara on them, but that's not too bad. Like, they're difficult to get with most brushes anyway. I don't want it to go wrong, so I think I'm going to leave it as just one coat of mascara there. But next is possibly one of my favourite things. It is highlighter, and I use one from W7. I use a lot of W7 stuff because I did a video where I opened a W7 mystery box, if you guys remember that. It's a mascara and eyeliner that I normally use from that box, actually. If you want to go watch that, I will try and remember to leave it linked below. But this one looks better when I have heavy blush on, so I'm going to put some more blush on. Don't get me wrong, I think this looks really pretty, and it is like an almost perfect level of brush. But I'm just going to go in with the Rude Cosmetics one and go into the shade Kokoro here. I'm not going to go into the darker one. I'm just going to put a little bit extra on. It's like wasting fallout at the same time. It's not really done that much because it's the exact same colour pretty much. But also it just locks in that blush a little bit more since it's powdered. And then the excess I will just put on my nose. But that's it when it comes to that. And I'm also going to contour a little bit with this brown shade. I'm not very good at it, I'm not going to lie. I don't really care for contour too much, but I like knowing it's there. It kind of reminds me of Neapolitan ice cream. That's why I kind of like contour. And I feel like it blends in with the blush nicely. And if I do this, I do like to put it on my forehead a little bit. It kind of blends my hairline in because my hair's getting really dark. I know, I do need to bleach it. I don't know if I'm going to film bleaching it or not, but I like to just bring it a little bit into the top of the head. With a little bit of brown, you know? Warm the face up, I guess, is what you're kind of meant to do. And I'll put a bit on the jaw as well. Does it look good? Not a clue, but I just like the process of it. If I got it in one place, I kind of have to put it on all the other places. I don't know, does my jawline look better? Okay, finally we get to go with the highlighter, which is really pretty if you guys can see that. It is not quite my shade, you'll be able to see, but on top of blush, You literally cannot tell that that's a little bit darker than my skin tone would be, like the more yellowy tone, and it still looks pretty. So I'll do that. I'll put some on the tip of my nose. I'm going to be completely honest, highlight is probably the thing that I have the most of, because I also have a couple of the ones that I got in Japan that are in my daily makeup bag. This one is more of like a glittery one, and this one is really nice. It's actually my favorite one. The next thing I do is I just wipe off the excess foundation on my lips before putting my lipstick on. And it's not, you can do it before or after, but I more like to do it after in case I need to touch up any foundation. And honestly, I normally use a lip balm. I do have a couple of lip oils that I like, but today I'm actually going to go with my Wonder Skin because I really like it. I like the shade I've got. It's called First Kiss, and I just think it's really fun to apply. Like, you put it on this colour and then you wipe it off and it's the pretty colour underneath. You can already see that it is staining my lips underneath and it looks really pretty, but I just leave it on for a couple minutes and then I will wipe it off and my lips will look the best they've ever looked. I honestly really like the way this makes my lips look, so I'm only going to go over it with a lip balm. I'm going to use this marshmallow one from Primark because it's giving me a nice gloss, but it's also keeping my lips protected because they have been dying in this weather. Anyway, that is my everyday makeup routine. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. I want to do more makeup videos. I do find them really fun. I don't really know why I haven't been doing them. I'm not sure. But yeah, I actually really like this lip combo. It's so pretty. Anyway, I will see you guys next time. Bye!